Hey VC, how's it going? So this video is going to be a contest entry. It is a 1,000 subscriber celebration for Aaron Mutha Alamare. He is the ambassador of the VC. Anybody who knows anything about the VC knows what a tremendously cool guy Aaron is. Aaron has probably sent truckloads of VCLT to everybody in the vinyl community, and Aaron is responsible for probably about 25% of the albums that I have in my record collection. And that's no exaggeration. That just speaks to how generous a guy he is. And I could go on and on. You've seen him. He is legendary for his Tipsy Tuesday shows that he does every single Tuesday, where he shows just kind of random albums from his collection. So it's really kind of a peek inside some of the cool records that he has as part of his collection. I feel extremely privileged because I actually, along with Chris Profi, we got to go through his entire collection. We spent about 4 days in Idaho, and I can tell you, even though I spent so much time in his record room, I still didn't even get to touch the largest part of his collection because he has so many records. But it was so cool to get out there to see Aaron, look at his massive collection, and just to see what a great guy he is. Of course, he is the real deal. So anyway, don't want to go on and on and on, but Aaron's contest is he wants us to show an album that we got into because of a video that we saw in the VC. And so because it's Aaron's contest, I want to show 3 albums, 3 artists that Aaron got me into, either by VCLT or showing them on his Tipsy Tuesday, or just talking about them in one of his videos. So these are all Aaron albums. Now, the first artist I'm going to show, I was not familiar with this artist until I saw Aaron talking about it. And this was well before I knew Aaron. I would leave some comments on his videos and he would comment back. But he was always showing this artist on his videos, and it's one of his favorite artists. And so I thought, well, I got to get into this artist. They sound like a pretty cool band. And so the first album that I picked up, just kind of a blind buy, I was hoping it would be good, is this one. This is the band The Beatles. They were active, I guess, in the 60s. I think 63, 64. I think they broke up in 1970. Of course, it's John Lennon, who was one of the chief songwriters with the guy who played bass. Damn, what was his name? He went on he had a band in the 70s. Anyway, Paul McCartney, John Lennon and Paul McCartney were the chief singer-songwriters, and George Harrison and Ringo Starr was the drummer. They were called the Beatles. John Lennon's favorite vegetable was a beet, and so he originally had named the band the Beatles, and then they took a turn of phrase and stuck B-E-A-T instead of B-E-E-T. Very clever, and the rest, of course, is history. But I'm not sure which album this is of theirs. They all got long hair and beards and stuff, so I'm guessing it's probably one of their later albums. This is the album Abbey Road. It's got Come Together, Something, Maxwell Silver Hammer, Here Comes the Sun. Just a great collection of albums. If you like Oasis, if you like the Cars, if you like the Rolling Stones, if you like Elton John, if you like just well-crafted pop music, you will probably like this band. And yeah, this is a pretty good album, I would say. Hopefully I can get it on CD someday and expand my collection. But yeah, good pick, Aaron. Thank you for turning me on to that band. The next band, and this was some VCLT that I got from Aaron. He's like, Jeff, you need this album as part of your collection. And he would go on and on about it. And I'm like, fine, I will buy it. But then Aaron sent it to me as VCLT, and I was so grateful. I know this is one of his favorite albums, and I'm happy now to have it as part of my collection. Talking about the Smiths, The Queen is Dead. Aaron's like, listen to Cemetery Gates, listen to Big Mouth Strikes Again. They are so killer. I know on Tipsy Tuesday, he's going on and on about, you know, the title track is great. Side 1, I think, is one of his favorite sides ever. You got Frankly Mr. Shankly, which kicks ass. I Know It's Over. Never Had No One Ever. Just a tremendous, tremendous side 1. But yeah, the Smiths, even Morrissey, after the Smiths broke up, Morrissey stuff is top notch as well. But thank you for turning me on to the Smiths. Who knew? I was all into, you know, REM and Pet Shop Boys and Def Leppard and Black Sabbath and Testament and Anthrax and Van Halen and Sepultura and Ronnie James Dio. And so now I feel like my horizons have kind of broadened a bit. But that's what Aaron does. He broadens your horizons in music. And then the third album I'm going to show, another band Aaron got me into. And apparently they had somewhat of a revival in the 80s. They were a 60s band. And then in the 80s, they kind of had a resurgence in popularity. And that was when Aaron got into them and then kind of went back in their catalog and started buying up all their regular studio albums. But this one, he said, would be the gateway drug for me if I wanted to get more into this band. And he was actually right. I mean, it's, you know, not the most solid collection, but I mean, I've heard Last Train to Clarksville. Obviously, I'm a Believer. And some of this had to grow on me. I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You. And Aaron's like, you got to listen to the new studio stuff that they did. It is totally kick-ass. And he's talking about That Was Then, This Is Now, Anytime, Anyplace, Anywhere, and Kicks. I mean, they're all right. I think they haven't aged necessarily well. Aaron swears by them, and who am I to argue? But I'll stick with the 60s stuff personally. It reminds me a little bit, if you like bands like Herman and the Hermits or the Kinks or any like mid 60s kind of Mamas and the Papas a little bit. You will enjoy the Little Rascals, the Turtles. If you like them, this would be in your wheelhouse. But yeah, Monkeys, very cool. And they're great musicians too. They are a fantastic ensemble. I mean, the guitar playing on Valerie, are you kidding me, is just Mike Nesmith shreds that guitar lick on there on the solo. Peter Tork is such a great multi-instrumentalist. Davy Jones as well with his percussion work is just second to none. But the four of them together, they were such a tight unit. I mean, listen to Last Train to Clarksville, just how well as a unit, you know, they just play off each other. And it's just such a fantastic little band that they had there. The Girl I Knew Somewhere is great. Pleasant Valley Sunday. I mean, listen to Davy Jones's drumming on that track alone. It's just phenomenal. So good. So good. Daydream Believer, which, you know, obviously is iconic. But anyway, thank you so much, Aaron. I appreciate it. And I am who I am today as a music fan because of Aaron Mutha Alamare. But anyway, I could go on and on about Aaron. He's a great guy, and I am so happy that he got to 1,000 subs, and his channel's been blowing up lately. And I know he's going to be at 2,000 subs probably by Christmas, right? So couldn't happen to a better guy. Thank you, Aaron, not only for sharing your cool music taste with me, but also for your friendship, for contributing to our videos, and just being a damn good human being. All right, everybody, take care.